Welcome back to the third episode of Midnight Encounters. Today we have a couple ghost stories, or paranormal stories, of, from what I know, actual experiences. Um, Not gonna be a long one, but we got a couple stories. So, alright, let's get into it. This story is titled, Someone or Something Was With Me There. So, this encounter happened to me when I was around 10, 12 years old. This took place in my school. It was a Baptist Christian school in the Philippines. Before anything else, I'd like to give a short description, context stating how I froze for what felt like 2 to 5 minutes. The neighboring slums area, where also my school is and still currently, caught on fire. However, the third floor was taken. Folks told me that the fire wall has a hole from the flames that went up meters high, thus burning the bookshelves behind the hole. After the fateful event, I was really going hard thinking about what it looked like after the whole ordeal. So I made myself a plan about getting up and exploring the third floor. It was after exam days, and I was about to head home when I noticed something that made me smile. The gate leading up to the third floor wasn't locked, so I ran up, and the only light on that floor could best provide that was coming from a huge ventilation fan behind me, and everything, and I mean everything, was in ashes. The floor was slippery due to the ashes. This floor was for high school students and had 4 rooms for high school from year 1 to 4. This floor was situated in a way that only a hallway, and at the end was the comfort rooms, classrooms that classrooms to to the left, and that's it. The only way out is where I came from. I explored every room getting progressively quiet as the noises from the playground and cars were suppressed the deeper I go. I pulled my flashlight to help and see. Every furniture burnt black. I was the hole where the flames supposedly went to take this floor. Yeah. Now for me to enter the last room. I didn't feel any fear for the ghost or how dark it was in there. My young ass was amazed exploring that it wasn't meant for kids my age. This last room had a Bible that looked like it was unscathed, and of course I picked it up and flipped the pages. I don't know what I was expecting, so I dropped it on the floor thinking it was nothing. Then I could have sworn I heard a faint laughter, to what I can best describe as an old witch woman laughing around the end opposite corner from me. I then immediately shined my light to where I think it came from, not to only see nothing or to only see nothing but a small rock rolling towards me. I froze. Every hair on my arm stood up. I really felt like it took too long for me to move, was but it was probably just seconds. But holy shit, I hauled ass. And I did not glimpse behind me to maybe see who or what it was in there. This was only the beginning of the horrors I experienced throughout my years when I was a student of the school. That was interesting. So there was a fire on the third floor. Wanted to go up there. Didn't really see too much. Picked up Bible. Didn't see out of the ordinary. Dropped it. A stone rolled by ya. Got freaked the fuck out and ran off. Alright. Oh, I got another one. It's a one called a Ouija board entity. I'll start this from last Halloween. I got a Ouija board to do on Halloween. I set it up and tried it. I kept going to uh, so I ended the session and took the planchette off the board. Multiple times I came back into the room and it was on the letter S. I also used I also used the pendulum to do the same thing, and the same thing came up. And my birthday, on Halloween night, some friends came over late. Two friends did the Ouija board. Through questions, we found there was an entity called S. We kept ending and retrying, and just kept going to S, and saying the entity was haunting me slash the home. One friend left, and me and my other one continued, just keeping just and just keep getting the letter S for a while until something dark started moving around the hallway. We went to go check it out, and some things had moved, but no one has came in. We went back into the planchette was on S again, and some candles were actually out. Later that week, we I tried again and kept getting the letter S. And when I would ask to leave the planchette, went to no. I hadn't tried anything again until today. Me and a friend, who possibly is a psychic, did the Ouija board. She led me through a 2 to 3 hour session that had determined there was a spirit named by N, shortened. His wife died and committed not alive uh, at the age of 95, and can't get to her. She asked what was keeping him there. He responded was S. She asked and came to the determination N is attached to S, who is attached to me. The planchette moved weird and went to S. I got super cold, and then when and have been really cold since. She thinks N made a deal to see his wife, and that had something to do with me. We got that S and a he and an H and 150. She's she's using the board with him right now. Little addition, our house is believed to be haunted. We've all had bizarre experiences, and most of our family won't come over because they see weird things happen, and they've seen and hear weird things. And we got one more. Okay, we got one more. It's called Awakened by a Ghost. Hello, all. This is my first post, so bear with me. I hope it's under most appropriate thread. I'm visiting my grandparents at their house and staying over for a couple nights as my grandfather's having some heart trouble. I wanted to make it a point to see them again and take my father with me as they are his parents and are getting older. I sleep alone in a room that is typically occupied by my grandfather. I woke up at I woke up and checked my phone. It was about 12:30 at night or in the morning. I only have been asleep for a couple of hours. I was really hoping I could get back to sleep as I have to drive home today. I turned over and placed my head on the pillow. A few moments later, I felt something tap my pillow once again, like a light slap. I turned towards the side of the bed and saw the outline of a man standing over me. He almost looked a little bit taller than my father or grandfather, but I can't say that for certain. I wear strong prescription glasses and could not make it out a face or any distant features other than a man being a little being little out of weight. Startled, I asked, Jesus Christ, then heard no reply. And then I asked, what's going on? Still no reply. Then I reached out to touch him, and when I did, my hand passed through the apparition and its outlined silhouette faded away over a few seconds. I thought he was my father or grandfather, as he looked a bit like them. This presence felt a bit ominous. If it really was a spirit, I didn't imagine it at all. I didn't know why it would take the effort to tap my pillow, wake me up, and not say anything. I didn't know of any hauntings to have occurred in this house, and my grandparents have lied there for over 40 years. I woke my father up in his room and made sure he was okay, and explained everything to him. I checked on my grandfather, he was asleep, and said that he was okay. And that was the end of that, apparently. Well, got through 3 small stories. It's alright. Not too long, but it's whatever. Um, I'll will actually catch you guys soon in the week to get another longer one, because I don't think the shorter one should fill up the entire week. So catch you guys in a couple days. Thank you guys for listening. Check out Fluff Podcast. Check out local SP researchers, and all that good stuff. Those are other 2 podcasts that we are running. The Fluff Podcast has 3 people. The Local SP Researchers has 2. And Midnight Encounters, that's 1. That's me. Thank you guys for listening. And I will catch you later. Good night.